Howdy y'all, welcome to Haze and Barrel Craftworks here in the Haze and Barrel Homestead and our humble whiskey room. I'm the Alchemist. We're here on Wednesday in the first week of February. January sure flew by for me, and this month we're hitting some things that I love in the month of February, and for the first week I'm hitting this, one of my favorite distilleries, a distillery that I love, and that's Black Fork Farms. And Monday we hit a couple of new bottles that I've got that I haven't reviewed before. And today I'm kind of doing a combo. I'm hitting one that I think I've reviewed before already. And this one is Poppe J. Now I'm hitting this one because it used to be one of my favorites, and at least I can say it was my favorite of 2024. This was Black Fork Farms 2024 10-year release. They're aged 10 years, and Poppe J is the great grandfather of the owner of Black Fork Farms. And what I've got here is this year's 10-year release, and this is the GW. And the GW is named after Gordon Wayne Amon, who is the owner of Black Fork Farms. And this 10-year release, what makes this one special is after it was aged, then it was finished in 3 different oak finishing barrels. So on Monday, one of the ones that we did was the Mongolian oak barrel. And the Mongolian oak barrel is one of the 3 barrels that this was finished in. And then the Henry P. that had that really nice honey and graham notes that I noticed was finished in a toasted oak barrel to give it those nice notes. And that's another one of the barrels that GW was finished in. And then Black Fork Farms also has a toasted French oak finished whiskey, and that's the 3rd barrel that this was finished in. So this is quite a special bottle, 10-year bottle. And so what I thought I'd do today is just put these side by side. This was as you guys notice, I don't do or haven't done top any bottles of 2024, 2025, because I tend to lean towards these craft guys, and I don't get too much attention being a small YouTuber that I am. And if I would have a top whiskey of 2024 or 2025, this would have been one of my top of 2024. That'd be this Poppe J, and the GW would definitely be in my top for 2025. So what I thought I'd do today is compare these two and just see what we think. And what I'm thinking what I'll do on Friday is then blind them and see when the labels are gone and I can't see which ones they are, is which one is really my favorite between the two, and maybe even throw a wild card in there. I think you all know that I like that Cask 120 pretty well, because I think these are both also the 93. Yep, there's a 93 there, and I believe the GW is also 93, because that's kind of their... Oh no, GW is 103 proof, so we do get a little bit more proof off of that one. Maybe I'll throw that Cask 120, which is one of my go-to bottles for Black Fork Farms. Maybe I'll throw that one in there as a wild card, even though that extra proof points to the 120 might give it away, but that is one of my favorites. Maybe I'll throw that one in there to see if that one still wins as a wild card for Friday's video, and see what we think. And as you can all tell, I'm still not quite 100%, so I hope I'm doing justice to everything these whiskeys have to offer, but I'm afraid I'm probably missing some things. You know, with the native corn that these have, if I'm not wrong, and Neil or Danae, if you're watching these, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think it's a native purple corn. And they got their corn originally from, if any of y'all are familiar with South Dakota, or if you're not, here's just a little note for you. In Mitchell, South Dakota, they have the Corn Palace. And every year they decorate the Corn Palace with native corns grown in South Dakota, and there's the different colors, and they put a design, a mural on the outside of the Corn Palace made with those colorful dried corn kernels. And what Black Fork Farms did is they went to the Corn Palace, and they got some of the, and I believe it's a native purple corn. And again, Danae or Neil, if you're watching, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'd like to have the proper corn. In fact, they grow their own right there. When I visited the distillery, you see the farm right there. You see everything growing. You see the grain bins. You see the grain bin that they even smoke their grains in themselves. I think the only thing that they don't do is they don't do their own malted grains. So again, Danae or Neil, if you're watching this, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And this is just, this sweetness leans more towards the caramel side of things. But let's go in for some sips. Oh yeah. Delicious caramel on this one. A nice little hug. Not huge. Perfect heat on the tip of the tongue. Caramel all over the palate. I mean, it surrounds you with caramel on this one. Oh, that is so nice. And what I love on the nose, I love, there's just this hint of delicate grain and just surrounded with like a light smokiness. It's not overpowering. It's just a kiss of like it's just lingering lightly in there. And then when you take that sip, it just enhances that barrel you get on this 10-year. And the caramel on this one is amazing. Oh, this is one that's so hard to put down. And there's such a good bit of barrel spices on this. This is a sweet barrel spice, sweet nutmeg on here. Very sweet nutmeg. And oh wow, nice sweet nutmeg. And I'd have to say a dash of cinnamon, because there's just a little bit of spicy barrel spice on there too. Oh, that's good. This is one that's hard to put down, but I'm gonna have to. Otherwise, this video is gonna get to be way too long. So let's cleanse the palate. And I did have someone ask me, why do I have this going instead of my glasses? Well, I'm a Yeti guy, and I love my Yetis, and I drink quite a bit of water, and I am going to try to shorten this up and cut some of this out so these videos don't get to be too long. So I don't even know if this will make it in there. But let's hop over to the GW. Again, a 10-year expression, the 3 finishes, in the 3 toasted barrels. Oh wow, the legs on this one are glorious. Okay, that's a complex nose. It's wow, there is so much here on the nose. It's honey. It's got some of that graham note, like graham cracker note that I was talking about on the Henry P. And there's even some fresh, like nice fresh grains in there too. I got to go in for some sips on this one. This is the viscosity is very nice on that chew. The heat on the tip of the tongue, perfect for my palate. Again, a nice hug, but it doesn't linger at all. That fresh grain that I was telling you about, boy, that's there on the tongue nicely. But the palate is quite complex. As complex as the nose. So the gram on this one it's like a honey gram. Yeah, it's like honey grams. Almost like that cereal. And there's like some grain in there. Boy, that's nice. That fresh grain is still on the nose. I don't get as much on the palate, but I get like a lot of honey gram. And then something toasted, something almost like you took that honeygram and you took your kitchen torch and you just toasted that honey and that gram just a little bit, just a nice little bit of toast. And on the finish on the back of that pallet, that oak is so nice. Beautiful oak. And I love my barrel. So that's just a beautiful way to finish this. And that toasted gram honey smoked, boy. And the complexities in this is one that I'd have to have another pour of this, at least another ounce, kick back in my chair and let this one unfold for, just sit back for an hour. Kind of like those high proof hazmats. If any of y'all watched my high proof week, if you haven't, go back here a couple of weeks, 2 weeks ago, check on that and just watch high proof week as I talk about how you just got to let those unfold and take your sips, and that high proof just really unfolds. This is the same thing, not because it's so high proof, it's only 103 proof, but the complexity of this, the way Black Fork Farms did this one, and I really believe that this is Gordon's brainchild, this one, and what a remarkable job of the complexities he put in this one. And you're really going to want to sit down and let this one unfold. So well done, you guys. What a great whiskey. Well worth it. If they got any of this left, this is one of those that, even though it's a little on the pricey side, okay, a lot on the pricey side, this one deserves a backup bottle. But I better quit for now. I'm going to already have to edit out a lot of my contemplation and thinking of this video so I can cut this one back so it doesn't get too long. But as you all know, I love to have you all coming back around. So please, take it easy. Don't drink and drive. Cheers.